All right, toy collectors and connoisseurs, today we're going to take a look at Captain America as portrayed by Bucky Barnes. I don't know too much about this particular storyline other than to say I know Bucky Barnes was kind of forced into it when the Red Skull and the Civil War and Captain Iron Man had something to do with, I think it was a Civil War timeline in the comic books where he was shot and Captain America was dead, apparently. So someone had to take over that mantle, and who better than to take that over but Bucky Barnes, being like the Robin to his Batman. Those two were always really close together. So being trained in the same style, being part of that, having that same kind of serum in him, Bucky decided to take on that mantle and do Captain America as best he could. I don't know. So anyways, let's take a look at the box that he comes in. It's the same box that we've been kind of accustomed to. I think this is the Avengers 60 Years of Earth's Mightiest Heroes collection. Looks fine. Nice digital render here up at the front. Pretty close. I think it's quite close to the actual comic book character and I think this is a new buck for Bucky Barnes. So let's take a look at it. There's the box. There's the side art for Bucky Barnes. Here are the accessories that he comes with, and another dynamic pose for the figure, and another computer generated design there or concept there for the figure. So am I keeping this box? Nope. All right, let's take a look at the figure. So right out of the box, to me, he looks okay. He doesn't look, let me just take this off because it's harder to play around with him with that. So to me, he looks fine. I've got some overspray on the face there, but it's a lot of people like to get really nitpicky about that stuff, but I'm not super nitpicky about it. I mean, it looks fine. You'd have to really I have to get right up on his face. I don't think I'm ever going to get up on an action figure like that. If you hold him back like this, he looks fine. So anyways, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, you can kind of see that it's a little thin there, but that's fine. His little wings on the side of his head look fine. This is interesting. You've got some of the swirly, twirly patterns that you have with some of this shiny blue type molding. That's par for the course. I guess this is just like alchemy to Hasbro, and they haven't figured out how to not get that swirly, twirly stuff out of there. But whatever. I mean, it looks fine. Could it be better? I wish it would be. I wish it would be one, shiny, metallic, deep color. Kind of like you have on cars, right? Cars, you don't see this swirly, twirly plastic junk. But whatever. Looks like a great little, mold there. There is one thing that's interesting to me, and we'll probably get into that later, is this belt thing, this new design. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. But we'll get into that in a minute. So yeah, looks, he's got, he redesigned the costume a little bit. I think Iron Man designed this costume for him just to give him the same aesthetic and, kind of, make him harken back, but also update the look a little bit. Looks fine. So yeah. Not bad overall. Just looking at the aesthetics of the character, it looks fine. The aesthetics look fine of the character. It looks like the figure that I wanted, that's on the box. So that's that. Now let's get into the articulation of the figure, because he's an action figure, right? He's got an action. So let's see how far he can look up. Oh, let me see what kind of head we're working with here. Yeah, we're working with one of these, and again, they didn't cut back very much on that. So of course, he's not going to be able to look too far back. Although that's not bad. Did I have to just smack him around a little? That's not bad. That's pretty good. And he can look down that far. Not great. Should have done a little bit more, left a little bit more of a hole there. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's acceptable. It's fine. It's nothing to write home about. Can he twist his head a little bit to the side? Yeah, he can kind of do that. Not bad. Not as good as a Joe, but still not bad. I'll take it. Can he do a T-pose? Let's see. Yep, T-pose can be done pretty well. Not a big issue there. I did notice that it's kind of weak right here, and he's gappy right here, but it's not too bad. Can he go back? The butterfly joint, let me see, it seems to be holding up a little bit there, but he can come across, I guess if you kind of, I mean, does it come, I mean, a little bit, I guess. It doesn't really give him a lot, you know. You'd want to see more out of a butterfly joint, I would think. So he does have that. He does have a butterfly joint. It does articulate. So there's that. T-pose, cut at the bicep, double jointed pinless elbows, which is always fantastic. You always want to see that. Does he have a cut here? What is that? Or does it just look weird? I guess it's just I don't know what that is. It looks like a cut, but it's not a cut. Anyways, his fists, I guess these are in and out. Both of these fists here. Yeah. So that's what you get there, and they do kind of spin all around all the way. So there's that. Now let's see his crunch. Let's see how far he can crunch there. He can go pretty good back, pretty good forward. That's very acceptable. Really good. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, that's fine. Can he? No, he's kind of stuck there. He can't really decide weeble wobble. He's very stuck there. He does have a cut at the waist, which is fine. He does not have a cut at the torso. Okay. There is so the thing I don't like about this belt is that every time you try to pose it or bring the leg up or do anything, it's going to put pressure on this, and what ultimately is going to happen, you're going to end up with a warped pistol. So I'm probably going to display him with the pistol in his hand, as opposed to, and you're also going to get a warped knife over here immediately if you put it in the sheath. It kind of gets out of your way, but I've seen it where it gets bent, and so the hilt is going to get bent immediately up here because it's definitely not as hard as this plastic, and the pistol is going to get bent because it's already getting bent here. This tends to stay out of my way, so I'm not super concerned about that. I'm just concerned about what it's going to do to the accessories, and how they're going to not straighten out in the future, or I'm going to have to get a heating gun every time I want to use them to straighten them out. So that's annoying for a figure, but I don't know. Now, we've already done the waist. This is where I was watching Art a while back. Take a look at this figure. And his was sticking when you did this. Mine also sticks, but it doesn't stick here. It's sticking in the back somewhere. And especially prevalent in this one. Hold on. Oh, so I don't know if you can already see there's some scuffing there. So I guess it is sticking up across. So you're going to get a lot of scuffing there. So that, I'm not going to, it's not good. So can you move it? Okay, yeah, but it's going to scuff it. This one, not so much. It's still scuffing a little bit there, but not so much. But this one is definitely getting scuffed. Look at that. Anyways. So that, that's not great. It's going to eventually, if you pose it too much, it's going to eventually look bad. So I don't know, maybe, you could shave some of this off to make it better, but you need to be careful, because I don't know what it's going to look like if you shave it wrong. So you can do the splits that much. So that's acceptable. He's got a thigh cut right there. Double jointed, pinless knees, very flexy, very, very much so. He's got a boot cut. This is just weird looking. It's so thin right here, very thin. He's got a boot cut there. and ankle pivot. And let's see, he can go down that far, which is a lot, and up that far, which is a lot. But it's kind of loosey-goosey on mine, which I don't enjoy when they have loosey-goosey ankle pivot, because then I have trouble standing him up. So there's that. That's for articulation. Now, let's take a look at some of the accessories he comes with. We've seen this before, and look at this. Ooh. Look at that swirly twirly mess there. You know, sometimes we see that on the MCU movies, right? Or the comic books, right? No, we never see that. We never see swirly twirly stuff on this, but I guess it's a mystery on how to fix that. We've seen this design of S.H.I.E.D before, so it's nothing new. Clips on there, clips onto his back here. So, yeah, it's not nothing to write home about. We've seen it many, many times before. So there's that. Everybody seems to be using this same service weapon. I don't know what it is, this science fiction looking thing, but I've seen several figures now come with this one. I mean, it's fine. It just doesn't look realistic. I guess that's the point. So you get this, it'll do. I can recognize it as a service weapon. And then you also get this knife, which actually is pretty nice. It's a pretty good knife, you know, nothing special, nothing to write home about. Just a knife. Get that. You get his two fists that he's wearing right now, and then you get a grasping hand for his knife, which is just to grasp his knife on his left hand. And then on his right hand, you get a trigger hand. So he also comes with that. So not bad. Those are his accessories. What do I rate him? I mean, he's adequate. I don't think he's a fantastic figure. I think there's, number one, let's just go through the cons, right? Let's just walk through that. He's got swirly, twirly stuff everywhere on the shield, on his body here. You know, it just doesn't look good. Now, for the major complaint, his hip joints right here keep rubbing, and that's going to look really ugly after a while. Number two, or number four, I guess, whatever the case may be, he's got absolutely horrible problems here with this belt. I can't use this belt because it's going to destroy the accessories. So I don't like that. And he's very, you know, again, I have to judge it by the figure I'm given, and he's very, very loosey-goosey in his joints down here at the bottom. Is it a bad figure? No, it's not a bad figure. And is it time for an update to the Bucky body? I've had the Bucky body before. I don't know. I like this body as well, but if they could do something about this, it'd be much better. And these butterfly joints just don't seem to cut it for me. Wait, is that one stuck? Oh, crap. Look at that. Oh, there it goes. All right, so I had to loosen it there. Yeah, all right. Well, that freaked me out for a second. I thought it was just stuck, and it wasn't even going to do anything. But anyways, right out of the box, what do I give Mr. Bucky Barnes as Captain America, his new 60? It's about a 3.8. It's not, again, I rate him on a scale of 1 to 5. Anything that touches 4 is a great figure you need to go out and get. Anything that's in the 3s, it's 100% acceptable, but, you know, it's in that acceptable range where it's good enough for government work, you know, type of deal. And are we paying for government work? You know? And I hate to use that analogy because there's a lot of people that do government work that do it very well. But it's just a form of saying, you know, put minimum effort into getting the viable product. And this is, I think they tried to put a lot of effort into giving us a really good product, but they failed in the execution of it. So there's, with all those things added up, and if you need a new Bucky Barnes figure, then yeah, I'd probably go out and get it, just knowing that this is a mess right here. This is actually bothering me now because I can actually see it. So, and I can see it from way back here. I can see how it's been rubbing now. And I didn't even rub it that much. You just articulated it a little bit. So yeah, I'd give it a 3.8, just because of all those small things added up to a bigger thing, and it's just not well executed. So close. I think with a little bit of tweaking, they could get it spot on. But this is what you put out, Hasbro. This is what you get. So, is it a great figure? Nope. Is it an acceptable figure? Yep. It's a 3.8, fully acceptable, but with several small problems, and with one glaring one right here. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about. Are you going to go out and get this one? Do you not have the Bucky Barnes body? Do you like this Bucky Barnes, or do you like this Buck better than the old one? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to go out and get it and replace your old one with this one? Anyways, hey, thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking if you're so inclined. And as always, let's continue to enjoy this hobby that we have. It's supposed to bring smiles to our faces, not upset us. So if you find yourself getting upset by this hobby, maybe just walk away for a little while and come back to it. I don't know. It's supposed to bring us joy. That's what a hobby's for. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Let's keep trying to get up there to 500 subscribers. And that's the next milestone. And I'll be working on that new puzzle that I'll put up. So let's see what we can put up there so we can win. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling it out.